This is the all-new 2019 Volkswagen Jetta, North America's best-selling Volkswagen automobile. So good, in fact, is it, for Volkswagen in the US that they may have decided to not bring back the Golf. However, rumor has it that Volkswagen in Canada will retain the services of the Golf, and I do hope that that turns out to be true. All right, enough of that. Base price for a Comfortline 6-speed manual 1.4 TSI 2019 Jetta is of $20,995. For that price, you do get App Connect, a 6.5-inch screen, LED headlights, and a bunch more kits. At the other end of the spectrum, you find the Exec line, which starts at $27,695 with the 6-speed manual transmission. One of the very few compact cars easily available with that transmission. There is, however, an 8-speed automatic available as a $1,400 option. My car is a mid-trim Highline with the R-Line package. Highline includes Climatronic dual zone, climate control, the sunroof, leatherette, and a few other features, including an 8-inch screen. The R-Line adds these 17-inch wheels, which are quite handsome, I must say. Some drive modes, a sports suspension, the front fog lights, XDS, which is a lovely feature. Cross differential up front, it's kind of like a limited slip diff. For a grand total, and a few other options, for a grand total of just under $29,000. Now let's do the usual tour, shall we? So this is a compact sedan, but it's also a Volkswagen, which means that the trunk, well, it's 399, might as well say 400 liters deep. Still very accessible. Look how wide the opening is. Yeah, how about that for a tour of the trunk? The back seat is actually quite roomy. There's the leatherette. This is actually one of the options you can get, the two-tone leatherette. I love saying that word, leatherette. You do get a rear heated seats back here, and that is, as per the norm, my driving position. Absolutely insane amount of room. You could fit 3 across back here if you really wanted to. Up front, well, you did get a quick glimpse of the 8-inch screen, but there you go, the seats. No power adjustments in this trim. Everything is manual, which is fine. I do enjoy that. A lovely dash. Let's start her up. Another difference with the Exec line is that you get Volkswagen's digital cockpit. I love that thing, but these gauges are quite nice. There's your 8-inch screen. Oh, sorry, French radio, how about that? I do listen to it occasionally. App Connect is included from the base car. I think I mentioned that. There's your setup, dual zone. This is your drive mode button, which is included with the R-Line package. Fair amount of storage. Loads and loads. Oh, I do have to mention one thing. There's good storage here, but the armrest, unlike the Golf, doesn't move forward. It's unadjustable. That kind of poops. But otherwise, it's a comfortable place to spend a lot of time. And I think I will end up spending a lot of time because I'm about to hit the road and end up in some serious traffic. So without further ado, let's go get stuck in that. Now, while I'm stuck in some traffic, it's a good time to talk to you about the Jetta. But before that, I have to say, I don't mind admitting that over the years and decades, I've owned a number of Volkswagen products. Still do. And the principal reason behind that, among many secondary reasons, is that they are still really, really good to drive. In fact, I would go so far as to say, but don't quote me, that when the Mark I GTI came out some 43-ish years ago, and whoever got to drive it must have come up with, damn, this is fun to drive. And then that was that. Although, like I said, don't quote me. But that still applies today in my 2019 brand new Volkswagen Jetta. It also applies to my 2018 Mark VII Golf wagon. But the secondary reasons why I bought that is wagon manual all-wheel drive, which you can't find almost anywhere else. My Mark II Jetta is still absolutely brilliant. And compared to anything else from that era, the Civic was good. I've driven a number of Civics from that era, and they're all quite fun, but the Jetta still had something, and the Golf at the time still had something that the others lacked. Forget about my 412, that does not apply here whatsoever. But it does apply to this car. But there's another but. The Mazda 3, the all-new Mazda 3, which I've driven, is actually overall better than the Golf, the current Golf, and the new Jetta. It's that level of refinement. But understand that the bar, which used to be here, where the Volkswagens were here, the bar is now here, or just about. And the Mazda 3 is just right there. The first thing about this car and the Volkswagens is the way the chassis is set up. The dampers are brilliant. Even in my broken Montreal area roads, or on my broken Montreal area roads, the dampers have just enough compliance to even out the nastiness, but still compress wonderfully well when you take, a couple of switchbacks or some on-ramps and give you some comforting, compliant, smooth weight transitions. This car really feels at home when the dampers are compressed and you're having a good time. And you are really having a good time because steering is brilliant, perfectly balanced, no on-center play, good weight, good assistance, and the brake pedal feels wonderful. And beyond all of that, and on top, I should say, of all that, is a surprise that isn't really a surprise. The 1.4 liter turbocharged engine, which replaces the 1.8 for all front-wheel drive applications. It puts out 147 horsepower, which is down considerably from the 1.8, which in 2019 has, or puts out 168 horsepower. But the torque figure is at 184 as of 1500 RPM, which is only down 15 from the 1.8 at 1600 RPM. That's a lot of numbers, I'm sorry. The 1.8 puts out 199 pound-feet of torque. So, when you figure the weight difference and the transmission, which is a big influence, this 8-speed automatic, no DSGs in the front-wheel drive vehicles, makes it feel as quick, occasionally even quicker. Now on that subject, the Highline package does add the drive modes, which are fun, I have to say. Not entirely necessary in this car, but kind of give you a little bit of the impression that you have some kind of edge. I like setting it up in custom, which essentially means that everything is still in sport because there are no adaptive dampers or the like in this car. We'll have to wait for the GLI for that. But that's it. I mean, the ride comfort is nice. It's still relatively quiet in here, even at speeds. Engine is brilliant. The 8-speed automatic transmission is right up there. The new Jetta still remains as like a gap stopper between the more mass consumption type compact cars, Forte, which is still great, Elantra, Cruise is dead, Focus is dead, so that compares it again to the 3. Actually, no, they're pretty much all low-end, high-end vehicles. The Jetta may have lost a little bit of its edge from years ago, but it remains a great driver's car.